When you are in Vizag, you got to meet this special person. Obviously, I'm next to none other than Mr. MSK Prasad, former selector, former India cricketer. And sir, just straight up, obviously the biggest concern is to who will replace KL Rahul in that batting order. Obviously, you have the likes of Sarfaraz Khan and Rajat Patidar. But who according to, if you are to wear the selector's hat, who would you pick?
So definitely, Indian team will definitely miss the services of KL Rahul for sure, because the way he batted in the first test match, I think that speaks volumes about him. Having said that, it's a very, very tricky situation. See, Sarfaraz is some guy who's been doing extremely well for so many years, but it is actually, personally from my point of view, if you say that Sarfaraz is one guy who's really been doing very well in the last 3 years in domestic cricket, and that too, these wickets will suit more for the spinners, and he's very good against playing against spinners. So ideally he should be the first choice, but picking Rajat Patidar ahead of Sarfaraz Khan in the early stage might turn out to be a little tricky decision. But otherwise, Sarfaraz has been doing very well. He's known for playing under-19 India World Cups and all. In the pegging order, if you really look at the order, I think Sarfaraz should be one guy whom they should be looking at.
But as you just said, obviously, if when you consider pecking order, obviously Rajat was in that first test squad in Hyderabad, and he is also someone who has done well in recent series against England Lions, where he scored at 100. Sarfaraz has also scored 161 or 160. But by sheer pecking order, would you reckon that the team management might be somewhat influenced to give Rajat Patidar a go?
So if Rajat Patidar has come ahead of Sarfaraz Khan in the first playing squad, in the squad, obviously he's going to he'll be the first choice. But ideally, if you look at one guy who's been doing extremely well for the last 3-4 years in domestic cricket, has been getting thousands runs after 1,000 runs in every last 3-4 seasons. So he should be the first choice. But selectors might think otherwise. Say, I'm not putting any blame on anybody. It's the choice of the selectors. It's the choice of the team management. But ideally, had Sarfaraz Khan been included in the first test match, probably he would have been the first choice in the playing. Only that particular point will turn out to be a tricky whom they are going to choose. And one more point which is going to hold very, very important thing is who plays spinners better. Is it the Rajat Patidar or is it Sarfaraz Khan? See, Sarfaraz Khan has got those variety of sorts, what we are talking about, the sweeps and river sweeps and all. Those are going to turn out to be very, very tricky, because we've seen that, playing orthodox sort of cricket on a turners might not, gone are those days where the legendary cricketers used to play domestic cricket, who used to play 80 overs, 100, 120 overs of spin in Ranji trophies. But these days, these kids doesn't play. So you need to think that who is your best player against spin. The selectors or the team management might think Rajat Patidar, but in real sense, I would definitely feel that Sarfaraz is one guy who is definitely good against spinners.
But sir, talking about another selection issue, it is also a forced change. Obviously, Ravindra Jadeja, we all know what he brings to the table as far as this Indian team is concerned across the formats. Means with him missing, means obviously Kuldeep Yadav is someone who you can fall upon. But then there's another guy, Washington Sundar, who has been a decent cricketer in his own right, means be it his batting or his contributions with the ball. Who, according to you, should India go with?
See, first of all, you need to understand whether they picked Jadeja as only a spinner or as an all-rounder. So, and the second point is, do you want a spinner or an all-rounder? So, you already have Akshar Patel, who's done extremely well. You also have Ashwin, who's got 5 centuries. So ideally, I think Kuldeep Yadav is one guy who brings that element of uncertainty into the opposition camp. So there is always a mystery in his bowling. So he definitely might walk in ahead of Washington Sundar, is what I feel.
So do you see two spinners, both Washi and Kuldeep, making into that in that case one fast bowler might sit up?
No, if that is the case, if you are thinking of only one spinner, but looking at the surface, I don't know, because if they're going with 4 spinners, then nothing like it. All these 4 will fit in. But if you're looking at only two seamers and 2 and 3 spinners, then probably Kuldeep Yadav will be ahead of it.
and two spinners, two seamers. Would you rather give Mukesh Kumar a go, or you stick with Mohammad Siraj? He did not have a great test match in that first test in Hyderabad.
So I just see whether Mohammad Siraj is ready or not. Because last match he looked little rusty. So if the management wants some sort of a break or something, you can look at Mukesh Kumar.
How big a blow is KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja? Obviously, wealth of experience, the sheer experience they brings to the table, and also Virat also missing out. Means three main cricketers in a test lineup. Means it has very rarely does it happen in India.
So it clearly showed in the first test match. The experience is what which is, but that's how the game goes. You just can't hang on, and you have the other people coming out, and they are also up there. They have done extremely well in domestic cricket to stake their claims. It's a great opportunity. See, if you look other way around, of course, Indian team will miss the services of. See, you cannot envision this team without Virat, yes, or you cannot think about this team without Mohammad Siraj or for that matter Ravindra Jadeja or KL Rahul. It's very difficult to, even for that matter, Pujara in conditions like this. Pujara would have definitely been handy if you really wanted to think about experience. So, but selectors have moved on. Looks like selectors have moved on. Which we have to give respect for the decisions. So, having said that, we'll definitely miss those experiences, but it's a great opportunity for youngsters to stake their claims. If they do well, I think they will be there for a longer time.
So, talking about England, obviously, to be going in with only one simmer means it has clicked in the first stage. Obviously, that innings by Ollie Pope, they are again going in with one simmer in James Anderson. So, do you think that they have the right ploy to play in with the?
See, countries like Australia and England have always surprised us with these decisions. Some of those decisions which they take it really proves us a little surprising. But when you look at the end result, I think they think a lot. Their management thinks a lot before taking a decision. Once they takes the decision, they stick with it. So probably even before coming here, they would have realized that in India, you'll get turners only. So what is the use of these fast bowlers if they are not going to be handy, or if they are not going to pick you? So their experience in the last 2-3 series would have given them very good insights, right, which has helped them to stick with only one spinner, one fast bowlers, and rest all spinners.
But before I end, obviously a question on KS Bharat, the local guy.
Yeah.
He was brought into this test squad under your selection committee. What do you make out of KS Bharat? And obviously that innings he played, 41, means he could have almost won that match. How emotional does it feel for you? Local guy, he was felicitated by ACA. He's such a bundle of joy. Means how great it feels to see him doing well for the Indian Test team.
See, first of all, to say the least, he's the guy whom I have saw at the age of 13,
yes,
who is to keep along with me in the Ranji Trophy nets. Because I used to keep guiding him, helping him. But eventually, during my time as a director, we promoted him from one age group to the other, and subsequently, I was fortunate to see his growth right from under 13, and I'm very, very happy the way he's scaling new heights with every passing game. I really wish that a good knock is around the corner, and the way he keeps, so I think I always felt that he's in the mold of Riddhiman Saha. He's basically a good safe wicket keeper, and then only it comes to batting. For a Test cricket, you should be a very good wicket keeper who can bat, rather than a batsman who can keep. Because in Indian conditions, if you don't keep well, then your team will get affected.
Do you reckon that India can bounce back in this series?
I think so. I strongly believe so, and I feel that whoever the youngster who gets an opportunity, they should make it count, rather than sucking into the pressure. I think they are known for what they are. They're here with a purpose. They need to believe their strengths rather than thinking about the opposition.
So that was MSK Prasad exclusive for RevSportz. Keep watching this space to get all the updates throughout our coverage of India-England series. This is me, Devasis, signing out.